As a middle back, I'm in charge of both corners, so I try to line up between the hitter's shoulders first, and then I also try to jump into the holes if I see a hole in the block. So in this play again, there isn't a hole, but I'm lining up right where her shoulders are, and she hits over the block, so I'm able to pick up that ball because I can read where her shoulders are pointed to, and I know she's right-handed. I very rarely rely on my blockers because they don't always set it up right. And not specifically in this instance, but in general, I try to rely on reading the hitter's shoulders and then going into the hole if there is one in the block. But I don't look at my blockers. I always look at the opposite hitter where they are lining up. And then if my blockers get it, then that's great. But I always go off of reading the other hitter rather than what's going on my side. And that's how I've become pretty exceptional at defense. I'm not fast, but I can read well, and that helps a lot. I want you guys to think about being more fluid in defense and knowing that you can use a side extension versus a roll. Just kind of play it out depending on the situation. So I will use the roll if I need to get up really fast, like in this instance. Off that dump, I had to get up really fast for the next play. If I'm further away though, or if I don't need to get up right away, then I use that side extension and get up from there. I don't have to necessarily roll. The only time I really roll is when it calls for it, like this play where I'm running super fast, and I just need to use that momentum to get up. It's easier to roll and get up because I'm like sprinting to this ball from really far away. Or if I need to get up very fast after a play, even though if it's close, I will do that. For example here, because I'm the outside and front row, I need a roll to get up fast just in case it's coming back to me. That's when I'd use the roll there. Obviously in this instance, I am taking the second contact, so it's not like I'd have the third contact, but I also need to roll and get up really fast because my next job is to block. So that's why I roll, and then I like sprint to get back to base so that I could block the returning play. That's why I would roll in that instance as well, being front row, outside hitter. Here is a good example of getting under the ball even as middle back because there was only one block. I'm getting under it, getting on my back, sometimes even rolling if the hit is really hard to absorb some of it. Here's an example at left back where I should be on the line, but I wasn't there fast enough, but I stopped, was able to react and do that penguin dive and get out of the way for the pipe hitter. That was an instance of a broken play where slide was coming. I was not back on the line where I should be, but on the point of contact, I stopped my feet and just reacted from there. A lot of times, and most times actually, defense is just off reaction. So you're trying to book it to your spot as well as you can. But then if you are not there, you need to just stop wherever you've made it to and then react from there. I'm playing left back from the middle. Of course, I'm not entirely in the correct position, but I'm able to at least make the right move to get there. Middle is attacking it, so I try to jump out to where I should be beforehand when I notice it, but then I stop at the point where she's attacking. That already gives me a better angle because she's obviously going to the side as middles hit corners. I can see that. I can run through it to get it up and get out of the way so that hitters can hit. I see the set is going outside, so I adjust to open up to the outside, get it up, sent over. I would like to pause and give you a comment as to why my left back base is so inside right now. I'm so inside and on the 10-foot line. It's because I know that the setter is front row on the other side, so I'm ensuring that she's not going to get a dump on me. When I know the setter is front row, I will start my base a little bit more inside, versus if she was back row and I had 3 hitters, then I would start in a more neutral base, closer to the sideline. So that's why I'm so sucked in most of these plays, and it ends up working out just because I'm covering, making sure the setter's not dumping before the hit. I see it's going outside again, so I move back to get in that position, get it up again. Here's a pretty tricky play. I go right in the hole and I'm able to get that ball up somehow. If we slow it down, I'll take you through my thought process. I'm trying to get between the hitter's shoulders, but then I see there's a hole. So then I jump into the hole last minute, and it was good to do so because that's where she hit. I'm able to do a side extension and get that ball up, at least just playable and up. Technique. I am going with one hand, but notice how I get it up and then I slide on my side, so nothing hurt at all. Once I got this ball up, went completely on my side, not my knee, my arm extended out, and I was able to at least just get this touch up in defense. It also helped that I was very low in defense. Also here, it's hard to get corners on me because I'm ready for each corner. I stay neutral and then I go for it. I want you all to notice how under the ball I am here, even though I have to absorb, so a lot of times when I'm under it, I have to back off to absorb some power. Like here, for instance, I absorb back up a little so that the ball stays on our side. And that's what we worked on, being 2 feet under the ball on some attacks. Defensive bases were definitely different from club, from college. My coach didn't really care that we went to the sideline like in this play, which was okay here, but I still believe that I think you should go to the sideline just to know if it's in or out. But all coaches will have different systems and you have to just adapt to them as a player. In high school and some of college, I did a topspin serve as you see here, but then I run to my base, ready to play defense. My feet are spread apart. I'm low, so I can deliver a nice high defense ball so my setter can set. Here is another prime example of 1 + 1 does not always equal 2. I needed to just pick up that off-block defense, and I took myself out of offense. But as you see, it's another broken play, but I did my job of just at least picking up that ball so someone else can hit. And then it ended up being in my favor because then I could hit because of the defense I played beforehand.